Welcome to Berkeley and California Memorial Stadium, where this crowd has been in since early in the day, saying, you know it, you tell the story, you tell the whole world that this is Bear territory. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the Big 12, the California Golden Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, Dave Holligan, Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Golden Bears will kick it away to start us off. The ball squirts through the end zone.
I needed to get away from him. Without thinking, I turned and started walking toward the next aisle. I hoped that if I just moved away, he'd leave me alone. But no. As I rounded the corner, I looked over my shoulder to see him following me. Silent, but there. My heart slammed in my chest. I quickened my pace, moving toward the aisle with snacks, trying to act casual while panic bubbled up inside me. I glanced around, hoping to spot my mom or anyone who could help, but the aisle seemed eerily empty, and the man was still behind me. He wasn't in a rush, but there was something about the way he kept his distance that made my blood run cold. He was following me. I told myself to stay calm. He was just a stranger, nothing more. But the longer I walked, the more uneasy I became. I could feel my legs trembling, and the hairs on my neck stood up. After a few moments, I spotted my mom at the other end of the store. She was focused on a shelf of wines, and I couldn't help but feel a wave of relief wash over me. But as I moved toward her, I caught a glimpse of the man again, standing just a few feet away watching me. He wasn't approaching me, but I could feel his gaze on my back. I didn't stop. I walked faster, closing the distance between myself and him.
They'll bring it out to the 25.
What I take it for? Listen.
This crowd bringing in air-splitting welcome to their visitors. The long back's got it. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Really nice run there. Now, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant and Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch.
He's loose. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The person it wasn't home.
Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Now improvising. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
And this is why defensive coordinators lose sleep at night, because guys like this have the football in their hand almost every single play. Third down, nothing open. He makes it happen himself. Now set up with a great scoring opportunity with first and goal.
This quarterback part of their running game. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw in that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on third and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the house. Touchdown, Bama!
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on third down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. The offense set for a first down play. The give to the tailback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He'll throw on 3rd down. Stands in and takes the hit. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Running to the left. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback will audible. On second down, wants to throw. They're working that left side. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field good so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
On second down, just keeps firing. He makes the catch. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. It's great to spread the ball around and fool him, but if you've got a dude, feed him, and they are.
No doubt, Reese. That guy is a problem. I mean, you got a receiver that's so talented out wide, hard to cover. Go to him once, go to him twice. Shoot, let's go to him a third time.
Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quinnen Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line on the edge is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great.
He'll take a shot. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown Tide. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Arizona escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Wildcats fans could have done without this one being so close. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll run it out of the shotgun. At the 35, he's loose. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ear.
Intercepted. Takes it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Right back to the well. The Tide will get the first down.
Man, those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Puts you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number one, we got to stop the run.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Running back searching for a hole. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bama.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Golden Bears will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here comes that Alabama offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Had to get rid of it quickly. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to fire deep. It's complete. A huge pickup. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. They'll throw it on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Now from inside the red zone. Looking to buy time. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Coming after him. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
Set to kick off.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's back to throw on second down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Wants to throw on third. He finds his man, and he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Pocket starts to collapse. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And they can't make the play on third down.
Now, a fourth down.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the pass hits, picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
What a beautiful sight. And not only are we big and strong and powerful and athletic, you can have unbelievable hands to the mix because we can catch a football too, just like those little DBs, create turnovers, force interceptions. Let's go.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll leave it with him. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
Brought down on the play at the 19-yard line. Third down coming.
You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? Looking to throw for it. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the beatdown has ensued. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Oh, he makes the catch. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself opening. Nice job between those two.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. From the gun on third down. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the offense, getting the free first down.
He's looking for a man on second down. He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback. And now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Makes the grab. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 42, Cal 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Let's go. He's looking to pass. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Cal!
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Return goes out of bounds.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll leave it with the lone back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
To the air, it's Peterson. They're bringing heat. Finds the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
I think one of the most undervalued assets in good quarterback play is the play-action game. Making the run fake honestly and truthfully looking like run. You're fooling the defense, and then you're just making it easier on yourself because you're giving yourself bigger lanes to throw the football in.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Slide 22, lasso.
Motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll try to get it through the air. Unleashes one. And that pass picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Unloads to the right. Hauls it in. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up.
A shot toward the end zone. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT, Nice job by this D.
Here comes that Alabama offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Back to throw, it's Peterson. This time he's got his man. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And as a defensive guy, it's so hard to cover these running backs out of the backfield because it starts to go...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, and saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you on the recruiting trail and in the future. And, you know, kind of take that and a little rub their nose in it.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touchdown, Alabama! And the punishment has been extended. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but... Instead, they'll take the touchback. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, you know, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw it on first down. He wants a big play here late. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice.
Looking for a huge play. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably wouldn't quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You can tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
He's got it. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic. Picked off. And he's going to go down as time has run out. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our...
Belt to fucking ass. Belt to fucking ass. Well, this was how he built to ass. I thought it was going to be a good game. But I guess it wasn't.
I didn't plan revenge. I didn't draft messages or rehearse confrontations.
Oh, man.
It really different. Quiet, smaller, not loud, not spiteful.
Jesus Christ.
In that stillness, I began to feel.
It was easy.
I never said a word to Melissa about what I was planning. There were no dramatic speeches, no scathing letters, no late-night calls filled with accusations. I had done all the talking I ever would. What I did now, I did quietly. Not to prove a point, but to reclaim a life that had been mine all along.